The Kaaba is a very important religious structure located in the center of the Masjid al-Haram Mosque in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. It is considered the holiest site in Islam and a focal point for the religious devotion of Muslims all over the world. The Kaaba has a cube-like shape and is built out of granite stones. It is draped in a black embroidered cloth called the kiswa. Muslims believe the Kaaba was originally built by the Prophet Abraham thousands of years ago, and it has since undergone rebuilding and expansion over the centuries. At the center of the Kaaba is a small black stone called the Black Stone. Muslims revere this stone as the only remnant of the original structure built by Abraham. Each year, millions of Muslims make a pilgrimage to Mecca called Hajj to pray and walk around the Kaaba 7 times in a ritual called the Tawaf. For Muslims, the Kaaba symbolizes the unity of Allah. Whenever Muslims pray anywhere in the world, they turn towards the Kaaba's location. This practice aims to physically and spiritually unite Muslims everywhere in shared worship of Allah. The Kaaba plays an immensely important role in Islamic rituals, history, and the religious identity of Muslims worldwide. It is the spiritual heart of Islam and a focal point for Islamic faith, tradition, and community. In Islamic tradition, the Kaaba was first constructed as a sacred house of worship by the Prophet Abraham and his son Ishmael. The story goes that Allah commanded Ibrahim in a dream to send Ishmael and his mother Hajar away from Canaan to a barren valley without plants or water. When the water and their supplies ran out, Hajar ran back and forth between 2 hills called Safa and Marwa 7 times, trying to find help. Eventually, the spring of Zamzam erupted under Ishmael's feet, providing them water. Ibrahim returned after settling his family in another land. Together with Ishmael, they cleared the area of stones and weeds. Using locally found stone, sand, and cement made from a special mortar, they built the original Kaaba structure to be a sacred place of worship for Allah. It is said they made the building cuboid in shape, being the simplest 3D shape, to signify Tawheed, the oneness of God. Once complete, Ibrahim and Ishmael prayed to Allah, asking him to accept their humble effort to house worshippers in honor of the one true God. Their tradition of building the Kaaba with simple materials available emphasizes sacrificial devotion to Allah above all else. Situated in the eastern corner of the Kaaba is the Black Stone, a dark rock that Muslims consider sacred. According to Islamic tradition, the stone was originally pure white, but turned black due to the sins of mankind. According to this, as people touch or kiss the stone, it automatically takes away their sins. Thus, the accumulation of many people's sins causes it to gradually turn into black. Muslims believe the Prophet Muhammad himself placed the Black Stone in the Kaaba's wall during its reconstruction over 1,400 years ago, emphasizing its great importance. Some historians think the stone may be a meteorite. For Muslims, the Black Stone holds significant symbolism. Kissing or touching it during the Hajj pilgrimage is a way to show love and respect for God. Pilgrims will try to kiss the stone if possible, or simply point to it if crowding prevents kissing. This ritual is called the Isayaf. Even though it's just a rock, the Black Stone has stood in the Kaaba for centuries as a powerful focal point for Muslims' spiritual devotion and source of blessing. By honoring the stone, pilgrims believe God will forgive their sins. It continues to inspire reverence and connection to Islamic faith for millions worldwide. In this way, the unassuming Black Stone lying at the heart of the Kaaba plays a profoundly meaningful role in Muslims' annual Hajj pilgrimage tradition and relationship with their Creator. Due to its ancient origins and mysterious nature, various legends have emerged about the Black Stone over time. Some Muslims believe the stone contains a jinn or spirit that is now trapped within. Another popular legend says the stone originally fell from the heavens as a large meteorite, giving it divine and magical properties. This ties in with beliefs that it was once pure white, but turned black upon entering the Earth's atmosphere. Certain hadith texts and historians have proposed that the Black Stone may house the righteous spirit of a great prophet. One suggestion is it contains the soul of Adam, the first man. Others name the prophet Ismail, who helped build the Kaaba. There are also legends of the stone possessing healing abilities and the power to forgive sins. Pilgrims seeking blessings may recite prayers while touching it. While not provable, These supernatural stories highlight Muslims' deep reverence for the black stone as more than just a rock. Even today, its significance continues, as the black stone sits at the very heart of Islam. Its precise origins have remained unclear over the centuries. Scientific study that could provide answers is not permitted due to religious sensitivities. Without a physical analysis, different theories have emerged about the stone's composition. Some believe it may be a meteorite due to its dark color and the legends of it falling from the sky. Meteorites are known to appear black. Others think it contains a high amount of nickel which, along with its fusion-formed crust, points to a meteorite origin. Glass has also been proposed due to its glossy texture. It may have been formed by intense heat from a meteorite impact. Some argue its grain suggests it's a basalt rock indigenous to the Hijaz region where Mecca is located. Its unusual magnetic properties are also not explained. As technology advances, fresh hypotheses may emerge, but without direct testing, the stone's exact mineral makeup remains an intriguing religious and scientific puzzle that has fueled discussion and speculation for centuries. Its protected status means the mystery may never be fully solved. While the black stone is deeply revered in Islamic tradition, some speculative theories present alternative interpretations of its origins and significance. One such theory suggests the stone is not truly a sacred relic, but instead connected to the fallen biblical entity known as Baal or Beelzebub. In some texts, like the Old Testament, Baal was considered a false idol worshipped in place of God. The idea proposed is that after being expelled from heaven's grace, Baal's corrupted essence was trapped inside the black stone, marking it as a symbol of spiritual deception. Rather than being a holy fragment from paradise, as many Muslims believe, the theory claims the stone stands as an emblem of the seduction and corruption Baal represented, that of diverting worship away from the one true God above all else. Proponents argue this could explain the stone's unusual properties and why its origins remain shrouded in mystery despite its prominence. However, it's an unproven hypothesis that conflicts with Islamic interpretations of the stone as purely sacred. While thought-provoking, the theory remains highly speculative. It's just one of several perspectives seeking to shed light on the enigmatic black stone. Certain interpretations that combine both biblical texts and Islamic traditions propose that the black stone plays a role in spiritual deception. Some references in the Book of Revelation describe a deceiving image that leads people astray from worshiping God alone. Correlating this with the stone has led to theories of its involvement with corruption. In ancient pre-Islamic times, the Kaaba housed idols of pagan deities like Hubal, Allah, and the moon, God Allah. The black stone was used in rituals involving these deities. The hypothesis is that the stone retains a connection to those fallen ancient gods, now seen as symbols of idolatry. Its origins could date back to when polytheism pervaded Mecca. Its positioning in the eastern corner of the Kaaba, where the rising sun is greeted, links it to old solar deity worship. And its unclear properties have fueled notions of supernatural influence. While Muslims revere the stone as sacred, its pre-Islamic history interacting with pagan deities at the Kaaba heart, combined with biblical prophecies, have prompted alternative interpretations of its role in spiritual deviation, according to some religious perspectives. However, due to its importance and location in the Kaaba, the black stone has faced threats over the centuries, from flooding, fires, and attacks on the holy site. In ancient times, parts of the stone broke off during heavy rains and flooding in Mecca. Later, during a 6th century AD attack, some pieces were allegedly stolen or thrown into the desert. The most extensive damage occurred in the year 1674 AD, when the stone was cracked into 7 pieces during flooding. To hold it together, it was mounted within a silver frame with the fragments cemented in place. In the 1990 Gulf War, there were fears the stone could be targeted in conflict. It was therefore encased in reinforced glass to protect it from bomb blasts or gunfire. Even after all the harm it has endured, the black stone remains venerated by Muslims worldwide. Though patched together, within its silver frame in the eastern Kaaba corner, it continues uplifting souls on Hajj, pilgrimage for 1,400 years and counting. Its resilience echoes the endurance of Islamic faith through trials of history.